Greetings, there, peoples! Your cult of personality here, ToonKritic's the name, Toon's the name of my game. Welcome back to the Sketchpad, my little interview show where I send out a bunch of emails and whoever answers first gets to be on here. Now, you've seen me interview quite a lot of people from the MLP VA community. Many people. You've seen me go all the way up to the top to Nicole Oliver, going all the way over to the writing side with M.A. Larson. I think I have someone a little special here today, in my personal opinion. That is me. I have picked someone pretty cool. She is the voice of everyone's new favorite dragon waifu princess, which honestly sounds a lot cooler if said by someone else. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Willa Milner.
Hi, everybody.
Is that good? Because I thought it sounded more epic in my head, but...
It was incredibly epic. I thought it was very epic. I
Alright.
love that.
So, yes, you are the voice of Ember in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, the awesome, badass dragon princess.
That's true. Dragon Lord, I guess.
Well, Dragon Lord now, yes. Sounds better, Dragon Lord.
Pretty badass to be the first lady Dragon Lord from what I know.
So, firstly, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to do this. This is pretty interesting, because I believe you and I met at PonyCon NYC, and it was, I think, interesting how we hit it off pretty well. So, I gotta ask, right off the bat, how are you doing today?
Oh, I feel like $1,000,000. Glad to be here. I love the brony community.
Oh, well, actually, I was going to ask about that. I guess I'll just ask that as my first question.
All right.
What are your thoughts on the brony community when you were first introduced, and who introduced you to it?
Well, I'd heard of the bronies because I've known Ashley Ball forever and ever and ever.
Ah.
So I think I didn't watch all of A Brony Tale, but I caught most of it, and I was just like so blown away by this secret community that I'd never heard of. But then actually being, in it and really like hands on, I just like been blown away by the creativity and the like sense of community and the acceptance, and I'm really moved by the power of the brony community.
Yeah. Your first convention was Ponyville Cider Fest, I believe, right?
No, my first convention was MLP MSP in
Oh, that's
Minneapolis.
right.
Mm-hmm.
How did that one turn out? I've been meaning to
It's
go to like
amazing.
that.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. And also, Minneapolis is a really cool city.
I need to go there at some point.
It's awesome.
Now, alright, I can actually start from the beginning now. So, you are Willa Milner. You are an actor, you are a singer, I believe. I did my research. You are an actor, singer, and all-around cool person. But let's start with acting. What got you
Mm.
into acting originally? What was essentially your big break?
Big break. Well,
I mean,
I
besides
guess
My Little Pony, but...
right, yeah. No, I don't know. I sort of just I got back from doing a bunch of music stuff and was feeling at a bit of a loss with what I wanted to do with the music, like which direction I wanted to go and what made me feel inspired. And so I found I just emailed all the agents in Vancouver and was like, "Listen, I want to get into acting." And an agent picked me up, and then I started auditioning, and then bing bang boom, all of a sudden I kind of started working, and then I added classes into the mix and actually started to improve upon my myself, in regards to the craft of acting. And I just love it so much. And yeah, I got into it because I always wanted to and never really thought it was a possibility, and then I realized if I wanted that, I needed to just start.
Hmm. How difficult was it for you to first kind of get a feel for it, get familiar with acting?
It's a far more challenging art than I could have ever anticipated, and I'd certainly underestimated it at first. And I still underestimate it every day, and I still am blown away by how amazing and challenging it is. And it took a little bit to get my legs, but I've because a lot of it is like learning to let down your insecurities and inhibitions to be able to, portray another like another person and or
Become someone
another
else.
dragon. Yeah, yeah. It's not a natural thing to want to do or to do. So it's just a lot of like personal and psychological work.
Yeah, I'd imagine that, especially when you have so many different characters that you've played, like, this is for actors who, like, do this for, like, maybe 10, 20 plus years. They have so many different characters and so many different voices and personalities under their arsenal. So, to start off, like, all new, it must be very challenging to establish yourself right off the bat. But I think you hit it pretty lucky with a character that the fandom has quickly embraced and quickly, what's the word? I think given a liking to.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate that everyone digs Ember so much. And I also feel fortunate to, I mean, have had the audition and then booked such a character where it's like this badass female who, you know, kind of goes against the grain and is, you know, strong, cool young woman and a young dragon lady. I feel very fortunate to be a part of it.
Did you have any creative control with her? If so, how much input did you get? None at all?
Zero. You just show up to do the job. The writers have got that all handled, and the illustrators are the pros. So we're all pieces of the pie. And so in terms of actual creative control, in terms of visually or storyline wise, none. But I suppose, I mean, just my voice brings it to life, and like actors' voices bring things to life in a way that writers have told me they couldn't have imagined. So, you know, it's all a team effort.
Yeah, I would say so. What were your thoughts on Ember and the episode that you were in for season 6, I believe? I believe it was Gauntlet of Fire.
Gauntlet of Fire. Such a fun episode. I don't know. I thought that it was amazing that she was open to learning and she swallowed her pride and it decided to embrace friendship. And I thought it was a great episode.
It is certainly one of my favorite episodes, too. I really enjoy the character of Ember. I see that she is someone that not only wants to break out of the mold that she's been placed in, but she also wants to prove that she can hang with, like, everybody else, too.
Yeah.
Makes me kind of wonder, like, out of all the dragons, like, if, as Ember, what dragon do you think you could take on? Like, any dragon out of, like, any movie or cartoon.
Oh, jeez. That's a tough one. I don't know. Maybe the Queen Lady Maleficent from Cinderella, because I think that after seeing
Sleeping Beauty, close enough, but
Sleeping Beauty. After seeing Maleficent, maybe she's misunderstood, and we could work it out.
All right, now I'm gonna assume you had a good childhood with like lots of good cartoons growing up, right?
Oh yeah, didn't we all?
I would hope so. So what cartoons did you grow up watching?
Well, The Simpsons were a big part of my life, and then, in early teendom, I loved Family Guy, but I feel like if we're really going back, I really liked the show Gargoyles.
Oh, it's such a great show.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Rugrats.
Another good one.
I've always loved animation, so yeah, I could probably answer a million things, but those are the first ones that come to mind.
Absolutely, yeah. I grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! For me was a big thing, and I think I also grew up with like a lot of other TV shows on the side, but Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon were like the first two big shows that like captured me.
Oh yeah, Pokemon's great.
I don't think you can go really wrong with Pokemon at this point.
No, definitely not. But Digimon?
Oh yeah, well Digimon was also the cool alternative to Pokemon. I mean, if you didn't like Pokemon, if Digimon was more your thing, we have more options.
So true. I mean, why choose just one thing?
Exactly. Are there any cartoons you wish you could be a part of?
I would say My Little Pony, probably.
Well, that's already, like, scratched off the list, at least.
I know. I don't know. I feel like I've got the, top of the pops. I feel very excited to be part of the MLP world.
Well, there's, like, Steven Universe, Adventure Time. Well, no, Adventure Time's kind of over.
Oh, yeah, Adventure Time. Okay, Rick and Morty, then.
Yes, Rick and Morty is also a safe choice, too.
100%. That is absolutely, I mean, if we're not going to say MLP, it'll definitely be Rick and Morty.
That's interesting, because I've asked that to a few people, and a lot of them have said Rick and Morty, so
Amazing show.
It is. It really is.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I've been jumping all over these questions, but whatever. That's good for me because usually I go just straight down one by one, but I'm just jumping with the flow here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can jump back a little bit. You have a background in singing.
Yes, I do.
How did that all come to be? I have listened to your stuff, by the way. You are an amazing singer.
Oh, thank you. I don't know. It was just I joined the local choir when I was 9, and then kind of the rest is history. I started getting solos, and then my mom started taking me to a bigger choir a couple hours away from my town, and started writing music in my teens, and kind of bing bang boom. It was just like I started recording albums, and now it's probably my main. Well, acting and singing are both like pretty equal in my life.
Do you hope to bring that to any future projects that you work on?
Oh, of course. I mean, it's always an option, and yeah, I would love to be able to. I mean, I always love to sing, so it'd be really cool to have a character that sings.
Okay, so hypothetical, then you come into the studio for you to record for Ember, and it's a musical episode. How down would you be for that?
Oh, it'd be so cool if Ember sang, wouldn't it? I think that'd be so amazing.
It would be. We need more like songs this season because season 7's kind of been a little dry with
Has it?
songs. Yeah, honestly, like we've gotten like maybe 3 or 4. That's about it. But
Whoa,
it's
that's not like them.
yeah, it's not as musical as I was hoping it to be. Maybe then last season was pretty musical. It's hard to top that. So, but nevertheless,
Yeah.
it would still be interesting, I think, to have not the usual characters you would expect to sing in the show.
Totally. I think that'd be awesome.
What do you do on your downtime?
I like to read and write, like music and stuff. I love hanging with my dog. I love going to the park and
What was your dog's name?
Remington.
What was that again,
Remi-
sir? Remington.
Yeah, Remy.
How old is he or she?
He's 7.
Wow.
He's a real grown-up. It's weird.
Well, what kind of dog is he?
He's a French bulldog crossed with a pug.
Ah.
Frog.
That's pretty epic.
Mm-hmm. He's pretty epic. He's the dude.
Was there anything else you do on your downtime?
I don't know. Go for bike ride. I mean, just normal human being stuff, I suppose.
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm guessing there's a lot to do up in Canada, so.
Yeah. Well, when it's summertime, I certainly want to spend like every day outdoors.
I can imagine that it's like snowing like constantly all the time up there.
Oh, not really. I think that's a pretty common misconception. Our weather's not that different from America.
Okay, that's good, because that's what I've always assumed. It's like, I don't want to go up to Canada. I don't like winter as much. I don't like it to be winter 24/7 up there.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. Not this. It depends where you are, I guess.
Maybe I'm thinking more of Alaska. I don't know.
Probably.
Do you have any tips for people trying to get into the acting industry or the singing business? Music industry, I'm sorry. Singing business. That does not sound as professional as I thought it would.
No, that was perfect. I suppose what I could say is that like a lot of people think they need, to wait for the right opportunity, and in actuality, you have to create your opportunities. You have to get out there. You have to network. You have to constantly be working on your craft, whatever you want to do, be it like writing more songs or taking more acting classes or whatever. You gotta constantly work at it and constantly do it, because it's not gonna just come to you. You have to start. You have to start the work, and then the work will come to you.
Exactly. Send out those emails. Send out as much as you can. Hope that somebody will respond, kind of like what I do. But it's a lot more important, I think. It's more so like opportunities coming up and hoping that they see what you're worth and whatnot.
Absolutely.
Now, this last question, I've asked a lot of people this, and I think this is important because I've gotten pretty much the same answer, but it's always nice to ask. There are those who say voice acting isn't a real job.
Well,
what are your thoughts on that?
I think that's ridiculous. I think they're just all jealous. No, it's I mean, when I actually do more film and television acting, And when I walk in, when I walked into an MLP session and to look around, like all the people that work on the show are such pros and they're untouchable, and they also, not that I've ever seen their paychecks, but it's like, they can pay the rent.
It is a job.
With this work. So, I mean, whatever you classify a job, just because they don't like it doesn't, or like just because they like it doesn't mean it's not a job. You don't have to dislike your job for it to be a job. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? It's an incredible talent that these people have, and of course it's a job.
You would assume that it's a job because you are getting paid to do something for not just audiences, but also on a much bigger scale too.
What do you mean?
I mean, with voice acting, it is a real job. You are getting paid to do this. It's a service that you're doing. And it's on the much bigger scale is that it goes out to all around the world. It's broadcast all over the world. Your voice on a character is broadcast all over, especially with a show like My Little Pony. It's broadcast around to all kinds of kids, all sorts of people who watch the show. It's more so you're bringing a character to life. You're getting paid to do that. That is a job.
Absolutely.
And of course, all the crazy stuff left, all the recording that you have to do, all the retakes, all the different things you have to do, the hours that you spend in there, that is a job.
Yeah, well, and beyond that, the hours and hours and hours and hours that you spend auditioning or training or, on the money you spend on classes, it's a job that requires an immense amount of investment of time and money and emotion. So yeah, it probably has more stakes than a lot of jobs out there. You
would think.
Higher stakes, yeah.
And I guess I'll just end this on a more positive, lighter note. I may have heard you say this at a PonyCon last year, but I'm just gonna go with it again. Who is Best Pony?
Oh my gosh. I'm always rotating, but I would say that my fave pony or best pony is Fluttershy, because she can fly and because she loves animals, and I just love those. I mean, I wish I could fly, and I'm obsessed with animals, so it's probably about right.
Yeah, that actually does make sense. I think we all want to fly at some point. That's the one superpower we wish we all could have.
Oh, so cool. It'd be amazing.
All right. Actually, this went by a lot quicker than I thought it would, but you know what? That's good. We had a good flow going, and I think this is a pretty good place to end it.
I would say, well, a great interview is just a great conversation, and I think we had that today.
Absolutely. Is there anything you want to plug real quick before we head off?
I guess if everyone wants to check out my music, I just go by my name, Willa, and yeah, look up Willa on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you listen to tunes, and let me know what you think at Willa Milner on Twitter, at Willa Milner, or Instagram.
Good stuff, honestly. I definitely recommend it. I listen to a lot of music. It's on my, some of your stuff is actually on my iPod. It is really good stuff.
Oh, amazing. Oh, thank you.
All right. I guess to end this off, just as a joke, I guess, why the heck not? Do you want to end this off with a little something from Ember, maybe?
Oh, sure. Please don't make me talk about my feelings. How's that? Ugh.
Joke's on you, we kind of already did that! Anyways. Thank you guys for turning out for this. As always, go ahead and put down in the comments what your thoughts are on Ember as a character. Or, and hey, if you ever get to see Willa at a convention, say hi, because she is an awesome gal, awesome person with an awesome voice that voices an awesome character. Just a whole bundle of awesomeness. So,
you're awesome.
Aw, thank you. With that being said, I am the Toon Critic, keeping you totally tuned for your entertainment. Thank you for watching, and stay awesome.